Culture is king. Hey, you probably heard that before. So listen, we're going to talk about culture today, but true to ILKB culture, we've got to pop the balloon, and it's Marissa's birthday week. Yes, a happy birthday to Marissa. So everybody in our class gets to watch Marissa pop the balloon with her roundhouse kick. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you loose, ready to go? Let's see if she can do it, okay? Here we go. Hey, we did it. Happy birthday. Awesome job. Hey, I hope you enjoyed Marissa watching her pop the balloon for her birthday. What a fun thing to do. Listen, that is part of the culture in I Love Kickboxing. If a customer comes on their birthday, or maybe it's the week of their birthday, we need to celebrate it, okay? So that's a great way to do it. I encourage you to incorporate that into your program, some type of birthday celebration. Doesn't have to be that one, but that one is a ton of fun. Give it a try. And I want to talk a little more about company culture. And here's what I've noticed over the years. A lot of companies develop a company culture by default and not necessarily by design. They just get going, things happen, they're like, yeah, I like that, so we'll do that. And it's a little bit haphazardly built. So let's think a little bit differently. Can we design a company culture? And what is, if you own a business, what is your company culture? So I don't know, maybe you need to try to write it down. What is the culture? So let's talk about it just a little bit. The best definition I've ever heard of culture was by Simon Sinek, and he said values plus behaviors equals culture. And I'll say it again, Simon Sinek said this. I love listening to him, and he has some great books to read, by the way. He says values plus behaviors equals culture. So if you look up company culture online, you're going to find, it will say, it's the shared values, beliefs, behaviors, and norms that shape how people within an organization interact, make decisions, and approach work. It includes visible elements, rituals, policies, communication styles, workspace, and invisible ones, assumptions, priorities, leadership expectations, and influences employee engagement, performance, and how the company is perceived externally. Wow, that's a lot to say, right? What it means is it's actions that people do in the company. It creates the energy of the business. The culture is the energy of a business. I believe each business has its own entity and has an energy to it. And I'm sure you felt this when you went into business and it just felt icky or a little bit off, or the people were acting strange, or the music wasn't right, or it was too loud, or you've probably felt this, right? This energy of this business. And when company culture is right, it's infectious, it's attractive, and it makes people want to be there, and it makes them want to spend money there and spend their time there. And that's what a great business does. So let's talk about the design of the company culture, and I'm going to talk about more detail how we do it with I Love Kickboxing. Like I mentioned earlier, the definition is values plus behaviors equals company culture. So we want to talk about the values of I Love Kickboxing. And the coach is an acronym. The C stands for community. But really in values, they need to be verbs, they need to be actions. So what is the verb for community? It's to build community. What you want to do is build community with your business. And how do we do that with I Love Kickboxing? Well, it starts with the greeting, an amazing, heartfelt greeting and fond farewells. Okay, so think about your business when someone, if you have an operation, if someone walks in, are they greeted when they come in the door, or do they walk in and no one says anything to them? And what is the experience like when you walk into the business? Same thing when you leave the business, what happens? Here's one of the things we love to do. We love to ask them, when are you coming back? Because we want customers to say, I will be back Wednesday for Wednesday's class. Great. So they're actually verbally committing to me. And inside, subconsciously, if they don't make it, they might feel a little bit guilty, like, oh my gosh, I told them I'd be here Wednesday and I'm not. And we want people to want to come back. We want them to commit to us and want to come back. So we always like to say, great workout today, great class today. We love having you. When are you coming back, Julie? I'll be back Wednesday. Awesome. We'll see you then. So have a great week. So that's a great way to give people these fond farewells. So it starts with greeting the customer, knowing their name, greeting them by name, and then giving them fond farewells. That's a behavior. That's an action. That's how you build community. It's part of our values, and our behaviors are we're going to train every coach to greet and fond farewell. That's what happens. So how else can we build community? One of our values. Another thing is using the brag boards. The brag boards, milestones, 10 classes, 25 classes, 50 classes. That's something that is an accomplishment all in itself, just showing up. We know showing 80% of success is just showing up, right? So if customers show up to us a lot, they will see results. If they show up to us regularly, they will see results. So using the brag boards, getting the class excited about Sally hit 25 workouts, let's give her a hand. John did 50 workouts, give this guy a hand. Taking a photo, asking if I can put it on social media. That is a behavior I've developed as a coach. That's part of the environment. That's part of what we do at I Love Kickboxing. We celebrate milestones. So using the brag boards is another way to build the community. Next is the birthdays. You saw us talk about the birthdays earlier. There's another one. Fist bumps, glove love. After every round, champion hand raise and touching gloves. That again, that's what you're saying inside. Way to go, partner. Good job. Way to fight through it. Hang in there. We're in this together. So you're building the community with those actions inside the class, creating culture. Next in the values is the O, optimism. Optimistic. And this is something a coach needs to have. So the verb is be optimistic. We need to be optimistic as a coach and always look for the good. I'll give you some examples. Sometimes it's easy for your customers to give you a complaint. And they don't mean to be whiny or complaining, but they may come in and say, wow, it's hot, right? Or, oh my gosh, it's crowded in here. Or, wow, the parking's a wreck outside. You've probably heard all of those, right? So what do? Well, as the optimistic coach, I'm going to, of course, agree with them. You are so right. It is scorching hot today. And then I'm going to spin it to my optimistic positivity. Let's say the example was as hot. I'm going to say, you are so right. Man, I cooked an egg on my car hood a while ago. It was amazing. Then you're going to say, but you're going to burn some calories today and we're going to get you lean and looking great. Let's go. Are you ready? Let's go. Do you see what I did? Or they say, oh gosh, it's so crowded. Wow, you are right. This class is packed. It means the energy is going to be through the roof. We are going to have a blast. Let's go. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm reframing it in the customer that it's a positive thing because I'm being optimistic. I'm using the values and then my behaviors is telling them how exciting it is that it's this crowded. Isn't this exciting? Be optimistic. That is what we need to do. Create this culture that it's okay that it's hot. Yes, I'm agreeing with you. I'm not denying it. It is hot. I'm not denying it is crowded. I'm not denying maybe I am expensive, my pricing. I'm not denying that, but we're going to give you the best. Yeah, we're not the cheapest thing in town, but we're going to give you the best workout in town. Let's go, right? See how I did that? So use the O, optimistic, to build that culture. Okay, now A in coach, action. So what's the verb? We need to take action. Take action. A lot of people believe things just happen to you or you go and make things happen, right? Coaches and great successful business owners make it happen. They don't wait for things to happen. Oh, it didn't happen or this didn't happen. They go out and make things happen, right? So you just need more activity, right? A could also be activity, more action. Maybe you're not getting enough leads. What do you need to do? Go talk to someone right now. Get on social media, start posting about it right now. Start picking up the phone and making some phone calls right now. Start texting prospects right now. Take action. I want to learn something. Pick up the book, read 10 pages right now. Take action and don't wait till you feel ready. You're never going to be ready, right? Were you ever ready to have kids? No. If you got kids, were you ever really ready for marriage? Were you really ready? No, you just do it. You take action and you do it. So take action, of course, as calculated as you can, but you want to make it happen, make the world happen around you. This opportunity is everywhere sitting around you. You just have to go and take the action. And it may not be the right action, but at least you took action and you can course correct. You can't wait till it's perfect. You have to go. So take the action and go. Next is committed. And how do you make that a verb? Be committed. Okay, be committed to what, Shannon? Well, number one, you need to be committed to yourself. You are in the physical fitness business. We have to lead by example. We have to commit. I have to commit to being healthy. Health is wealth. If you are not healthy, I've seen super wealthy people, but their health is a disaster, right? They can't walk up a flight of steps without getting winded, and that's so sad, right? So let's take care. You have to commit to yourself, your health. So you need to be walking the walk, talking the talk, exercising weekly, and if you're teaching a certain modality like kickboxing, you got to practice, you got to train, and the training's never done. You never can say, oh, I've got it. You know, I've been doing this my entire life. I can't sit here and say, I've got it. Guess what? I just did a I Love Kickboxing class. I coached a class just the other day, and I'm still out there doing it. I'm still learning little tricks and things that make my punches and kicks better. So number one, you got to commit to yourself. Number two is you're committing to your customers, your members, right? You're committing to them. You're going to give them the absolute best every single time. You're committed, right? You're committed. You say that coach oath every time before you go out and coach a class. You say that oath, hey, I'm going to coach this class if it's the most important class I will ever coach. I'm patient, enthusiastic, and I lead by example. So I'm committing to those people. And then I'm going to commit to the people of my community, meaning I'm going to try to get as many of them as I can to do my program because I know I can help them. So I'm never going to give up on that. A lot of people, I see it all the time, they give up on their people of their community. When I say it like that, they say, I don't give up on my community. Well, if you quit asking them to help them, you have given up. So let's not give up on the people of our community. How many times do you call a customer back, a prospect back in your business? How many times should you call them back? Well, as many as it takes. And what I mean by that is they say, listen, don't call me anymore. Then of course you're not going to do it. Or if they don't say no, you can try to call on them the next week. Hey, it's me again. It's Shannon the Cannon of I Love Kickboxing. I want to invite you to do a free class with me. Come on in. You're going to love this. So never give up on the people of your community. So commit to yourself. Commit to the customer you got right there on the map. Commit to the people of your community. Let's go. Okay, we're talking about the H in our values, right? Helpful. Okay, so how do we make that in action? Let's be helpful, right? Let's be helpful to our customers. Of course, we're going to be helpful. Hey, let's be helpful to the owner of the facility, right? Meaning leave it better than I found it. Let's be helpful all the way around. Let's be helpful in every facet of the business, right? So the most successful people I've ever met in the world are very willing to help, right? They're very philanthropic. They give a lot. They're happy to help. They want to help. Nothing super secretive. Like they're the best and they're the easiest to talk to, right? So listen, be helpful. And that's one of the things I remind myself of every day. How can I help someone today? How can I help someone today? Whether it's call on them, give them a tip, this or that, and I try to just do my very best to help somebody every single day. So remember, as a coach, let's be helpful to our people, be helpful to anywhere, not just in your business, but in life, right? Just the other day, I was walking with my wife and she picked up a piece of trash on the ground. Wasn't even, we were out somewhere at some restaurant and she picked it up and threw it in the trash can. I said, wow, that's awesome you did that. You're leaving the place better than you found it. She's being helpful. She's a coach, right? She's doing it. So listen, let's be helpful. It's an awesome thing to do. And our community and our culture and our business is a helpful thing. What I love to do also during class, put a pretty seasoned member with a newbie, a first timer on the back, and watch what happens. You will see if the culture's right, this person will start helping the other person. Yeah, jab like that, you got it, and encourage them. And man, do we love that, do we support that. So let's build that culture of helping each other through the class, helping each other through the workout, giving that cheer. We tell people, be a fire starter, cheer them on, be loud. You can yell and chant and hoot and holler. If that's what people need to get through it, and sometimes I grunt and yell and I need that, right? So be helpful like that. You're going to get your neighbor working out beside you. You're going to push them through if you're hooping and hollering. So listen, be helpful. That's the culture you want to create. A couple more things creating culture in I Love Kickboxing. One is hand wrapping. That is a culturistic, ritualistic thing. Remember, Simon Sinek said, and I love this definition, values plus behaviors equals culture. So now we're talking about wrapping the hands. What's culture? Well, of course, a customer needs that for protection, but also it helps them get in the mindset of training, to get ready to train. They put the cell phone away, put everything away. Remember, gloves on, world off, hand wraps on, world off, and we get ready to train. That's another cultural thing. It's a ritual that we do inside of I Love Kickboxing. So let's keep that culture, okay? Next is chant backs, having people chant things back. No pain, they yell no gain. Last round, best round, right? Stick to it until you do it, right? These little chants keep energy up in the room. They keep people paying attention, and it's energy. And part of the I Love Kickboxing culture is high energy, fun, exciting, right? All right, music going, just high energy fun, and that's what it needs to be. So there's another ritual and behavior that you can add to your class to keep it fun and keep the culture right. Now, also go through the senses, go through the smell, the sight, the touch, maybe not the taste with kickboxing, but go through the senses and think about your experience. What is the culture experience you want your members to have and your customers to have when they come and see you? So starting with sight, when they walk in, what do they see? Does the place look cluttered? Is it clean? You know, what is it you want them to see first thing? Is it a duct tape bag up there? That's not what I would want my customers to see. I want to see great, organized, no clutter, sharp looking things, right? Now smell, what do they smell? Be careful in a fitness center. Could it smell like sweat? Or could it smell very bad, you know, nasty? We don't want that. We want to, what kind of smell do you want when the people come in? Sight, smell, sound. What's the music level when they walk in? Is it blasting? Is it too low? Is it on at all? I like a little music between classes to keep the energy up. Not class level music, but down enough I can talk over, but the energy is still there. So what's the music like? Touch, right? Kickboxing is a lot of touch. It's very tactile. It's touching. You're hitting bags. You're hitting hand pads. You're down on the ground doing planks, you're doing push-ups, and the more of that happens, the better, right? So you can still have a very high touch with no bag, right? If they're hitting the air, but then you bring in the pads, right? And they're down on the ground doing things too. So you can still bring in touch even if you don't have bags. But again, thinking about the 5 senses, that'll also help you create the experience and the culture for your business. Okay, so wrapping up culture, give me 2 claps and yell, I love kickboxing. The class goes, boom. I love kickboxing, right? That's another cultural ending fun thing that happens, okay? So with that said, I'd like for you to take these ideas. I hope they helped you create some culture in your business, whether you're running I Love Kickboxing or not, and these are gonna help you. If you like this, please click subscribe. Click here if you want more tips, more good thoughts to think about. Go for it. Looking forward to working with you. See you later.